Where you want me looking? Right there?
Yep, right.
All right, we'll start right at the camera.
All right, Matt, Cleveland, then Jack.
Coach, obviously we had Jacob in here, and Matt mentioned that he's a guy, even though he's a newcomer, he came in, he's very vocal, talks like guys. What have you seen from him, not only on the field as far as what he can do, but off the field as far as in your room and trying to lead guys?
Yeah, he's done a phenomenal job. You know, as a young man, obviously coming from Stanford, has a Stanford degree. It's just a high level of emotional intelligence. I think Jacob did a great job coming in, not trying to rock the boat, right? He knew he had confidence in himself and who he was, but didn't try to rock the boat and just, okay, sort this thing out, right? Ace is a returning proven guy. What's the leadership dynamics? Just let me come in, let me prove myself, handle my business like a pro the way I need to. And then as he's figured that out, okay, this is where I can step in. This is where I can assert myself more. This is the value that I can provide, you know, to the room, to the defense, to the team. You know, just really seen him really blossom June to now from that leadership standpoint. Like he's been off the charts. Just truly, again, high level amount of emotional intelligence and just I think he's going to have a great year. I think he's going to have a great year on the field, but also just for this team, this program off of it. He's going to do a great job.
Jack from Mason.
Yeah, just with Coach Guerreri coming in this year, what's different about maybe your day-to-day responsibilities in fall camp, and I guess what maybe do you anticipate being different come game?
You know, it's obviously a unique dynamic when you start sharing those coordinator duties. You know, Matt, first off, tremendous human being, great dad, great husband to his wife, to Alex. You know, so it's been very easy transition, right? When the guy doesn't walk in with an ego, doesn't have, hey, we're going to do this, we're going to fight this. We've been able to really blend and mesh, right? Things from I've done from other places, things that he's done, right? Things that we've had here, right? Like we've been able to really put this package together in a way that I think highlights our players, because that's what you're always looking for is I think players first, plays second, right? And what can our players do? And as we've gotten through camp even now, what do our players do well? Right? How can we take the things they do and really accentuate and highlight what our guys do? Right? The schemes are schemes, right? But if the players can't execute them, it doesn't really fit. So we've kind of been able to, again, take places from all pieces from a lot of different things and put it together. You know, we're sharing scripting duties, right? Obviously Matt will be in the box, right? In the play calling, I'll be on the sideline in the games, a lot like last year, right? Handling adjustments, right? Like that part of that stuff for me from a game day standpoint hasn't really changed. Like I said, from the scripting parts, right? We both have voices in the unit meetings. We both have voices with the group after practice, So, not a lot for me has changed in a dramatic way as my role and my jobs.
Mason, then Al.
When the program is kind of searching for as many new contributors as you guys have brought in this offseason, what is that process like for you? How involved are you in that? And then I guess kind of where do you strike the balance of finding guys that will come in and mesh with the guys you already have?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, shoot, you wouldn't want to have seen my travel schedule back in December. I mean, I had a day where I was in Dallas on a Tuesday. I was in Palo Alto and Los Angeles on a Thursday. On a Wednesday, and on Thursday I was in Washington D.C. Right, you don't get from Palo Alto to Washington very easily, right? Or to Washington D.C. in a day, right? So it's just part of the process. So this portal has changed the dynamics of that. We've got a great travel agency that helps us with those things. I was in Palo Alto, right, and I saw obviously Jacob, but I saw Nick Toomer, right? So we're all just collective effort on bringing these young men in to find the right people. Right, talked about Jacob and his emotional intelligence, right? Like you want to find the right people because it's a very unique dynamic when you're talking about bringing in, overall we've got between freshmen and transfers, we've got 40 new people in this program. So you have to find the people that it's not about me, it's about the team. Yes, they're coming here for opportunities. But Andre Carter coming in, like the number of times like Aaron Wellman, our strength coach, is walking in, hey, Andre's grabbing this young guys and working on this, right? He's talking to the freshmen, like you could call him a mercenary if you wanted. He's here. He's a one and done. He's a hired gun, but he still does not have a person have that mindset and mentality. Again, like I'm not just here for me. I'm here to still help young men and see them, right? Those young players grow and improve using his experiences. We got the right people. Right, when you see those things happen, and that's a process. That's from all walks of life. Andre from Detroit and some of his history and his past and the things he's experienced as a person. Jacob from Houston, Nick Toomer from Georgia. I mean, these guys are coming to us from all over. That all those background, those experiences, that's all the external. Again, who they are as people, what's in their heart, is really special and unique.
Hey, Coach.
Hi, Coach. You talked about Jacob's emotional intelligence and his maybe acclimation process to the room. A few guys talked about his leadership abilities kind of already stepping up. How have you seen him kind of make his voice heard in that linebacker room?
Yeah, like I said, walking in day one in January, he wasn't, trying to be the assertive guy. He wasn't trying to be the dominant personality in the room. He understood where Ace was, right? Again, let me figure out the dynamics. Let me figure out what I can contribute, right? Let me figure out what I need to do just playing linebacker, right? It's a new scheme and system for him. But he came in, just put his nose to the grind, went to work, just kept developing. Right? You've seen his body develop and grow. But as his body has grown and developed, his comfort in the scheme has grown and developed, which then has allowed him to start to step out of those. Now I can start focusing on the next steps, which is grabbing young guys, right? And like Andre, right? Hey, this has helped me. This is how I've done this in the past. This is what has worked for me. Studying and note taking and watching film hey, this is how I take care of my body. These are the things I do, right? When nobody else is watching, right? This is the extra things that I've done. And then he also, in that, has also seen his voice, right, in the position rooms, in the defensive unit room, and the team, like pulling guys together. He's proving himself to himself, but also proving to others that he's worthy and capable of having that voice, and they're listening.
Except the mic on your left.
When you look at Aaron Casey, just veteran.
I was waiting until we were going to talk about Ace.
just obviously a veteran, but big year last year, stepped up in a lot of ways for you. Just have you seen him grow at all, like where he was at the end of last year?
Yeah, tremendously. Tremendous growth by Aaron. We talk about confidence. Really, a lot of confidence comes from demonstrated performance. Right? Aaron had a phenomenal season last year. Right? So he just saw his growth and the confidence based on what he did last year. But then the other things he's doing behind closed doors, right? The unseen stuff, the dirty hard work in the dark that nobody sees. His preparation, his mental growth, his just confidence in himself as a player. Now I can start to, okay, yeah, we had Cam Jones last year. Even after Cam got hurt, right? Cam was still the leader. Well, guess what? Cam's gone. Right? But Aaron and I have had a lot of conversations. He doesn't have to be Cam Jones. Right? All he has to do is be the best version of Aaron Casey. And the best version of Aaron Casey is an awesome human being. Text my wife on her birthday, right? Like we talked about stories last year about things Cam would do, right? Well, Ace is doing those same things, right? Just, Jeff and I were talking earlier about the young men that we have in our program. We've got good young men in our program. Again, how do you find the right, blend them together? Well, you find the right people, right? Those relationships happen naturally and organically because I know Jacob was talking to you guys about going bowling. I mean, they had a group of linebackers. There was like 6 or 7 went to Isaiah Jones's grandmother's house down in Cincinnati and went to Kings Island over the summer. And just those organic, nobody told them to do it. They just went and hung out at Granny's house for a weekend, right? Went and rode some roller coasters. But Aaron has really, again, gained that confidence from his own demonstrated performance, but also the guy saying, hey, like, Ace, you're the guy, dude. You're the guy. You're the, because they have confidence in who he is as a player and who he is as a person. And he has felt the backing from his team. Like, okay, I got this. I can do that. I can be that guy. But again, it doesn't have to be Cam Jones. Just be Aaron Casey. And he's doing a phenomenal job of being Aaron Casey because Aaron Casey is a phenomenal person.
What were some of the connections that you used or relied on to locate the transfers or kind of get guys that you felt fit your system or fit you? I mean, in terms of like Jacob, like how did you guys kind of end up with him and some of the other guys?
Yeah, it's a great question. Yeah, so yeah, they talk about the 6 degrees of separation to Kevin Bacon, right? Like in coaching profession, like you can usually get to somebody within 2 or 3, connections. I mean, like I think I've maybe told you guys, like Pat McAfee helped me propose to my wife because I had about 2 degrees of separation to Pat McAfee, and I hit him up, and right, he's like, yeah, I'd love to do it, right? But, like the way this coaching profession is built, we can all find connections to each other. Out at Stanford, Corey Edsel is an analyst out at Stanford. Okay, Corey Edsel's father is Randy Edsel, who I worked for when he was head coach at Maryland when I was defensive line coach. That's all I do. And Corey was helping us as a student assistant when I was there. Hey, Corey, who are these kids? Who are these young men? Right? Boom, insider information, right? Insider trading, right? But then, right, Corey was also able in conversation with those guys. Hey, Coach Wilt's a good dude. Right, like you just looking for that, right? Lou Esposito up at Western Michigan, defense coordinator, right? Lou's an awesome guy, like bigger than life personality, awesome person, right? I've known Lou a little bit. Coach Allen knows Lou, right? And just be able, hey, Lou, right? Who is this Andre Carter guy, right? What do you think about him, right? Okay, now we've got insider information on these guys, giving us the stuff that we need, because how do you find the right person, right? A lot of people can sell you on who they are, right, when you walk in the door and have a first initial conversation, but who has that guy been for 3 years for you, for 4 years for you? That's the real information you look for. And so that's a big part of it, right? The portal is the portal, right? Those names go in and you start, hey, let's hammer through, right? And we've got our scouting people like, this guy's talented enough, that guy's talented enough, right? We like them as a player, he's a fit. Now let's start working those back channels to find out the important information. The film's the film, right? Just like NFL scouting, the film's the film. What are they really looking for? All the other stuff. So. Yeah, he loved him, right? But again, tremendous human being, right? Did a good job out there for them. Just really was a guy that they counted on, relied on. Thought that there was tremendous upside. Had some injury bugs and plagues, a little bit, but when he was healthy, he was extremely talented. Those guys at Stanford, not very many of them aren't bright, so he had some football intelligence and savvy to him. And hey, let's just go take off and go build on this relationship. And then we were able to build the relationship. He got to know us. Yeah, great fit. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Chad.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.